Okay, so I am giving away another cookbook this week, and if you are interested in receiving it, stick around to find out what that cookbook is and how you can possibly be the one to receive it. But first, I have a little bit of a disclaimer. This is take 2 on this video, take 3. But I did want to go ahead and just get this cookbook out, the Prairie Homestead Cookbook by Jill Winger. I have really enjoyed reading this book, and I know that somebody else is going to love it. I just am not very successful at videoing the cooking process. As I mentioned in a previous video, I have this tiny little tripod that's constantly falling off into the food, and I realize I'm never gonna get through all of these cookbooks and give them away if I try to video everything that I make. So if you just allow me a few minutes to share with you what I love about this cookbook, and stick around if you don't mind to the end of the video and leave a comment for me about why you would like to have this cookbook, then I will choose one person to send it to, and maybe you'll be that person. I am not by any stretch of the imagination a homesteader, but Jill Winger makes me feel like maybe I'm a little bit of a homesteader. She was not one herself. She did not grow up on a farm. She grew up in the suburbs of Idaho, but always imagined herself being kind of a farm girl. She talks about while all of her other friends were playing dolls or dress up or whatever, she was pushing a wheelbarrow around pretending to muck stalls. And I can so relate to that. I am from the generation that grew up with Little House on the Prairie and always wanted to be Laura Ingalls. Give me a thumbs up if you were a Laura Ingalls person too. So I can appreciate that. And I know that the homesteading lifestyle is not easy, that it is highly romanticized in our minds. I'm guilty of that. So I do not mind living vicariously through people like Jill Winger. And I have a garden, and I try to cook nutritious food for my family, and she makes me feel like that, you know, that I'm making steps, and there are little things that she encourages you along the way. If you feel like you want to start baking bread, start baking bread. If you feel like you want to make your own butter or your own cream, start doing that. The little things that you do to put good food on the table for your family are the things that make you have kind of a homesteading lifestyle, whether you have acreage or not. Jill always dreamed of having a homestead, a legit farm homestead. And when she met the person who was to be her husband, that was something they connected over. That was something that he desired as well. So when they got married, they bought a lot of land, and it was land that needed to be fixed up. It was not a farm. It had not been farmed. They had a lot of work to do, and their family and their friends thought they were crazy. But since then, they have a bona fide working homestead. And she actually has a YouTube channel herself. It's called Old Fashioned on Purpose, Jill Winger. So yeah, go and check her out. I really enjoy her. But now to the cookbook. First off, there is a whole section in the back of the book. If you are somebody who is actually a homesteader or longing to do that she gives you tips on how to begin that journey. Here's the picture of her that is in the book, and you can see there's a whole section on growing your own ingredients, and she's got all kinds of tips in here about, you know, starting your own garden, and then eventually she gets into raising like cows and goats, and if you want chickens, coop considerations and how many chickens you need. And I think this is great if you need some homemade udder spray or some lavender teat dip. I do not need either one of those ingredients because I do not have cows, I do not have goats, I don't have chickens or bees or anything like that. A couple of dogs, that's it. However, I think that's fun if that's something that you want to do. There are plenty of recipes though in this book that are absolutely fabulous and that I know you're gonna love if you try them out. One of the great things about the recipes in this book is that they are just everyday normal ingredients that any well-stocked pantry would have. Nothing fancy. There is an entire breakfast section, but I wanted to show this one to you, especially this maple sage breakfast sausage, because it is so good. Now, you know, I used to always get just the, you know, the Jimmy Dean or the Tennessee Pride, but she shows you, you know, if you want to just buy ground pork and make your own seasoning, it is so good. That sausage is good. And if you're more of a chorizo person, you could do that as well. My son loves this apple cinnamon puff pancake. And when you bake this, oh my goodness, it makes your house smell so delicious. There is a whole section on, mains, things that you would normally maybe cook in your house. Oh, there's for the roasted garlic butter. But some of the ones that I really love are the soups. I think the soups are unusually good. I love this creamy tomato garlic soup. And you'll see a theme here because the cream in the soups really makes it even. The broccoli cheddar soup, that's good. But even like the chicken noodle soup is creamy chicken noodle soup. It is so good. My dad, when he was still living, loved for me to make this. Plenty of sides. I just made these stacked potatoes last night. The scalloped potatoes are good, the zesty oven fries. And these honey whipped carrots, oh my gosh, they are so good. And she has a brown butter skillet corn that is absolutely delicious and so easy to do. We like this herbed potato salad and really, really like this roasted pumpkin salad, although I don't put pumpkin in it. I usually just use butternut squash. That's easier, but this is really good. I take this places. The bread section is also really good. I don't make a lot of bread anymore because my husband is really into sourdough and he tends to do the bread baking, but I have made a lot of these before he got into it. This cast iron skillet bread is so easy, and my daughter, one of her really good friends, loves this, and every time she comes over, she wants to make it. It's easy and it's tasty. This one I haven't ever made, but the maple oat sandwich loaves. If you are looking for a good bread that is easy to slice for sandwiches, this is what you need right here. The crusty oven Dutch bread. The thing I love is these recipes are just easy. There's recipes for tortillas and pretzels and sourdough crackers. The whole dessert section as well, which they're really good. I recently had an excess of strawberries and we made this minted strawberry tart, strawberry shortcake, gingerbread with caramel sauce. I've made that. I haven't made all of the desserts. I have made the butterscotch pudding and my family loves that. But for the last couple of weeks, this is the section that I really tried to focus on because I had not made any of these homemade sips. There's this honey lemonade. I did make this real cream soda, the Haymaker's Punch, which is kind of like an old-timey, I guess, drink like a Gatorade or something that, it has good sources of potassium and it has, honey and vinegar and ginger in it. Really good for a hot day. Here though, gosh, this is the one. This homemade stock was a game changer for me. I have, for a long time, tried to make stock with off and on with success. I mean, it always tastes good, but it always feels like a hassle to me. But she recommends putting it in the crock pot overnight, and that was a game changer for me because at night I can just put everything in the crock pot and let it cook overnight, and then the next day at some point I'm able to strain that, and now we always have homemade stock in the freezer. It has been wonderful. And then of course, you've got to have your recipes for your butter and your buttermilk, cream cheese, goat cheese, vanilla extract, breadcrumbs, barbecue sauce, all the things that you would think, tomato sauce. So like I said, I have just enjoyed pouring through this cookbook, looking at the beautiful pictures of their farm and just of her children. And I've enjoyed trying out the recipes and again, living vicariously through her experience of homesteading and being encouraged to try some of the things on my own. So now, if you would like to receive this cookbook, I am going to end this video. Again, just leave a comment telling me why you would like to have it, and I will get in touch with somebody over the next few days and send this out next week. So I hope you enjoyed this cookbook review, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. I will continue to do these cookbook reviews every couple of weeks or so. Thanks, and have a great weekend.